Eric Tulsky spoke as the permanent GM of the Carolina Hurricanes. He had his introductory press conference today, and first of all, congratulations to Eric Tulsky.
Seriously.
I'm sure, right? It's one thing to be the assistant GM when you can always just go ahead and talk to Don. Like, he had to be the guy, and congratulations, he was, right? He's the GM. I think a lot of what today was about for the Carolina Hurricanes was simply making it seem like Eric Tulsky was the guy. They put him up at the press conference. They didn't have anyone sitting next to him. Rod was there.
Yeah, he was standing in the back.
A whole bunch of, actually, maybe a sign of support for Tulsky. There was a bunch of the staff there.
Yes.
But none of them sat up there with him. Right, the last time we saw Don Waddell for their exit press conference, it was Don Waddell and Rod Brind'amour next to each other. There was none of that. It was Eric Tulsky sitting up there by himself, cutting a figure as the GM of the Carolina Hurricanes. His opening statement started with, it's going to be a complicated offseason. He used those words, complicated offseason. Partially, I think that's again, him cutting the figure as the GM saying, yeah, I know what I have to do, and I'm not afraid of the tough situations. Complicated offseason. We all know that. Need creative solutions moving forward. That was one of his refrains, one of his talking points. He's going to be creative on solutions.
It's like Dan Morgan in alignment.
That's what he was going to do. Eric Tulsky, here's a clip from that opening press conference on not being able to keep everyone.
We are in the process of talking to agents and working through deals and trying to figure out how things will work. We have a lot of truly outstanding players and people, and we probably aren't going to be able to keep all of them, and that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt us on the ice, and it's going to hurt us in the locker room. At the same time, it does open up opportunity for some of the players we have to step into bigger roles on the ice and in the locker room. And I think we have players who are capable of that. I also think we've shown that we can be creative in finding solutions to keep the team moving forwards, and that'll be part of our job as a management group to find ways to work around the challenges we have.
That's what a GM does. I have big problems. Every roster does. I have big problems. Got guys that are too expensive and not enough cap space. I'm going to find creative solutions to get it done.
I could fix it.
Exactly. That's what this was about, right? Even if there weren't problems, the entire press conference was about Eric Tulsky letting us know, I got it. The other thing it was about was, and maybe we'll wear our at least I will. Dennis hasn't been with us for a week. I'll wear my portion of this. There's a definite public image of Eric Tulsky as the mad scientist, as the numbers guy, as the human calculator, as the advanced degree PhD from Berkeley, right? As I spent time working for something called QuantumScape. I don't know what that is, but it definitely sounds like they would look at my resume and go, not smart enough. QuantumScape. He has patents. He has patents. Not patience. I'm not saying he's a patient guy. I'm saying he has patents. Like the things they always want to buy from you on Shark Tank. His analytics background was asked about. Is analytics going to take a larger role? Is analytics going to be a bigger part? Is this a sign that the team or the league is moving further towards analytics? In part, this is what he had to respond with.
No, honestly, I don't think this represents a huge shift for our organization. We didn't hire ChatGPT to be the GM. There are things that an NHL career brings, certain experiences that people who played in the league have that are an advantage to them. There are experiences outside of playing in the league that can be an advantage too. There are 10 other general managers in the league who never played in the NHL, and 4 others who don't even have an elite prospects page. So it's not like a hockey career is a prerequisite for doing this job. It's ultimately an executive leadership position.
That's a very interesting answer to me. And that's an answer that he came prepared with, right? You don't know those numbers. 10, never played in the league. 4 more, don't have an elite prospects page. But you don't come with that unless you knew that answer was, or that question was coming, and you wanted to have a good answer for it. I will say the Chat GPT line, which people seem to be having a good time with, right? We didn't hire Chat GPT to be the GM. It's clever.
That was good.
But it's also kind of like saying, wanting to say we didn't hire a Star Wars fan to be the GM by saying, like, we didn't go to Tatooine to find the new GM. And it's like, just the fact that you didn't know Tatooine makes me think you might be a Star Wars fan.
Like, hey, look, you hired a human being, not a robot.
Who referenced like a robot that maybe only robot fans know of. You know what I mean? It's like he tried to dispel it while also letting his true colors shine a little bit. The other thing is, I do think, right then, and this is something that I've said time and time and time again, Dennis, you've been, I think, on the same page with me. They need a hockey guy. They need a hockey guy, right? This is their analytics. This is that side of the building. I still think they should bring in a hockey guy. This might have been them saying, we don't need a hockey guy. I'm not just numbers. I'm not just computers. I'm not just algorithms and equations. This entire performance, ceremony, press conference, whatever you want to call it, was about filling the casting role, right? Selling Eric Tulsky as the GM rather than Eric Tulsky as this, quiet guy in the corner that Rod Brind'amour would look at like Jonah Hill in Moneyball and say, like, how many on-base percentage points do we need? Right? He's not Rain Man. He's not left winger. Like, he's not that. Now it becomes proving it, right? Because There's one, like, he did a good job. This is how I'm going to equate it. Today was a really good getting off the bus for Eric Tulsky. I think he answered the questions that he needed to answer. I think he did so confidently. I think he showed a little bit of his personality. I think he showed, I'm a GM. I'm not just someone's assistant. I'm not just someone's interim. It's good walking off the bus. Have you heard of a team that's good at walking off the bus?
Yeah.
My high school basketball team was unreal at walking off the bus. I'm just a hair under 6'4". I was the shortest guy in our starting lineup. In high school, we went like 6'10", 6'9", 6'4", 6'4", 6'4". Getting off the bus, whoo boy, did we look good.
Mm-hmm.
We were a horrendous basketball team. Those big guys could. I mean, when I tell you we were one of the worst basketball teams in the area, it like the teams that we played, if they didn't know us, oh my gosh, look at this team. We'd start warming up. They'd go, oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, they can't shoot.
I was, okay, never mind, guys. Never mind. We're going to be fine. So, and by the way, there are also some teams that are good at walking off the bus and also very good at playing the game, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of high school basketball teams, if they went 6'10", 6'9", 6'4", 6'4", 6'4", would just run you off the court. Eric Tulsky has walked off the bus well. Right? You look the part. You act the part. You have the cool warm-up gear. You got nice sneakers, good size in your starting lineup. Now it's, can you execute? Can you do the things that it looks like you can do?